was that. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and to another cheapy car video. Today we're going to have a look at a Peugeot 207. Now this 207 I have give £900 for on a 2008 plate, which does seem, with regards to trade value, a little bit expensive. It doesn't seem particularly very cheap. However, this 207 has got a couple of aces up its sleeve. First of all, it's got very low mileage, which is good. It's very clean, got good history, and best of all, for me, it's a 1.4 diesel, an engine that I quite like. The little 1.4 diesel engine that ran for around 2003, it's fitted in lots of Peugeots and Citroens, and even some Fords as well. Now, I actually think this car is hiding quite a bit of profit in it, and on the face of it, from what I've seen already, it does actually look quite a decent buy. But I will let you be the judge of that. I've got the keys now. The vehicle was bought locally, actually only bought from a company on next street, so we can actually go around there now, we'll pick the car up and have a quick look around it and go for a drive and see if I've got myself a little gem. Hi there, just a quick mention to today's sponsor, of course, our good friends at Vehicle Score. Now, Vehicle Score, guys, is a free vehicle checking service. Simply go to vehiclescore.co.uk and type in your registration number. It'll give you a free vehicle check and your own unique score. The score is based from 1 to 999, a bit like a credit score. Now, Vehicle Score will use your data from the vehicle, such as the mileage, the age, the MOT history, to give you a unique score. You can compare this to their average in their database to see how your car fares. It also gives you lots of free information on the vehicle itself or data, sort of common faults and issues that particular vehicle may have, gives you estimated valuations, an estimated lifespan. It gives an in-depth MOT history, mileage tracker, full of free useful information. And one of their new features allows you to see if someone else has carried out a check of that vehicle on their database. But if you want the most up-to-date report, you can get it because Vehicle Score's checks are some of the best priced out there. They will check to make sure your car has never been involved in an accident, whether it's been written off, whether it's been a Category N or Category S, or whether it's been through a salvage auction unrecorded, whether it's got outstanding finance on it, whether it's been used as a taxi. Their checks are some of the most in-depth, best out there at a fantastic price. And one of their new ultimate reports gives peace of mind by giving a £10,000 data guarantee. The searches start from less than a cup of coffee, and best of all, you get a discount. Car UK viewers get 15% off by using my promo code CARUK15. Simply type it in and you'll get 15% off either of those free checks. So make sure you get yourself over there, guys. Give them a try. It is completely free to use. Here it is. Little Peugeot. So you have seen this before, so I'm not really in for any surprises. So I'll let you be the judge and see if you think this is worth the money. So it's a 3-door, which is probably the only negative. It'd been better if it was a 5-door because they're easy to sell. But the 3-door will sell, and I think the rest of it will stand up. Like I say, it's an alloy. It's got alloys on it, which is good news. It's the 1.4 diesel. It's got decent miles on, so I think we'll be okay. Bodyweight wise, it's pretty clean, to be honest. Nothing really to report. Got a little scratch there, which we'll buff out. We're all right there. Got a little scratch there, just wants touching in. Nothing too major. It's a bit of a wash with a little bit of algae lurking. But other than that, really, so far, as you can see, it's pretty clean. Decent tyres on it. And to be honest with you, the company who's had this car is like a tyre and exhaust centre, so you're going to expect it to be pretty decent, to be honest, on that front. Like I said, we've got all the tyres, they're all like 6-7mm on them, so they're all pretty decent. Bodyweight wise, it's actually very clean. I know we're in a bit of a hedge here, so we can't really see it fully, but it's not that bad. There's no nasty damage or rust, or you don't get much rust on these anyway, but there's no damage or anything like that. It's in pretty fair shape, to be fair. Central locking works. Quick look under the bonnet. There she is, guys, the old Peugeot 1.4 HDI engine. Don't look too bad underneath. You can see already recent auxiliary belt on there, which was a good sign. Fresh coolant in there. It's just all looking good, to be honest. Oil in there. A few cobwebs under here, just want to clean up, but there's nothing really alarming. Always check on these guys, take these covers off and see if you've got any leaky injector seals or anything like that, or any charcoaling or anything, because they do suffer with leaky injector seals. This one I can see straight away is absolutely fine. There's an invention you don't see too much these days, the old primer pump. Why don't they keep them on modern cars these days? Anyway, happy with that. Inside, Want to valet, obviously. We've got a little bit of gunk in the back there. It's been stood for a while, this has apparently, so it makes sense. But the seats inside are quite dry or anything like that, so I don't think we've got any leaks. It just wants a good valet and shampoo, bit of neglect really. We have done something 63,000 miles, which for an 08 plate car and a diesel one at that is actually on the low side. Let's fire it up. Now I haven't started this today, so this is the first time I've started it cold. Oh, there we go. Never in doubt. Light going out. Yep, all light's gone out. We've got risk of ice. Okay, fair enough. So it starts up fine. Revving up all right. We've got no warning lights on. We've got a little bit of diesel in it. Not much as we've been having recently, but nonetheless, we've got a little bit of diesel. We've got a range on there. Still working. 54.3 miles to the gallon it's been doing. 155 miles. Like I say, in the back, probably wants a valet. It's not too bad. The seats are nice. I quite like that design. We have got service history, which we'll go through in a sec. Glove boxes in order.
23.
The old wireless is working. Radio 2's tuned in there. Heaters are working on 4, 3, 2, and 1. Windows. Yep, they're all working. It is a diesel, so let's just open that door. Make sure we haven't got any smoke. Nope, all good. Not too bad. Let's just pull it out a little bit so we can have a proper look at it. Got no brakes stuck on or anything, which is good news. What the f was that? I think we've just had a broken spring. Yeah, we've just broke a spring. Wow. That's happened to me about twice in my entire career. Yeah, definitely broke a spring. You hear it? Oh, ugh. Wow. Well, that's that wasn't planned. Now, I drove this car the other day because I was offered it by the local garage around the corner, and obviously I've been out the road in it, driven it. I went all around, well, quite a distance actually. Drove about half a mile in it before I could commit to buying it, and it definitely didn't have a broken spring then. So literally, and I'm not just, you know, I know people might think this is a bit fabricated, genuinely just broke. So just pulled it out then, because I was the last person to drive this car the other day and parked it back up there when I went on the test drive and just said, yeah, I'll have it. And I've squared up today, paid them, and then just got in it, reversed out, and it was fine, and then just as straightened up, as you just heard, it's gone bang. Now, that's happened to me twice in my career that I've had a broken spring go on me like that. The other one was actually a couple of years ago in a rather posh car actually, which did cause a bit of a problem. But yeah, that's not good. So I was about to go out and test drive this Peugeot, but I think we might have to suspend that temporarily. I think I might just have to limp it round the corner, get it back onto our premises, and get it up in the air and see what's happened. I suspect, well, I'm hoping that the spring has come off at the top and not at the bottom, and it's come off the actual strut, because if it's come off the strut it might dig into the tyre, and that could be more expense really. So we'll try and limp it back now and see if we can try and get this fixed and carry on with this video and maybe go for a test drive. Let's get it in the workshop. Right, Peugeot on, wheel is off. You can see up there, broken spring, proper mangled. Luckily it hasn't broke at the bottom and wrapped round the strut. But yeah, that is mullered. Let's get it off anyway. There we go. One frosty broke spring. Right, let's have another go, eh? Take two. So, car is back off the ramp, new spring on, new top mount, new drop link on that side as well. So, great news. I've noticed as well, it's had new disc and pads recently as well, which has cheered me up. So, now, well, we'll have another test drive of it. And you can see what it's like now. It's obviously, now it's not buried in a hedge. It's a pretty clean car. I'm going to want to valet, which is where I'm going to take it to now. So we'll go for a drive in it, do it with numbers, have a chat about it, and I can tell you what she drives like. Right, where were we? Actually, we didn't go through the service history. We have got quite a bit of service history with this. I mean, I don't want to see exactly giving away people's details or anything, but as you can see, we've got a lot of hefty bills there. Mainly just general servicing. We got a basic service, which was January this year. Got one there provided for brakes on the front, but they've been done because I've just checked them myself. A couple of MOT certificates, more filters, big service there, CV boot on there for 19, one for 20. Been serviced every year this, one for 21. Starter motor as well in 21, new battery. There's quite a bit of work there been done to this car. Bear in mind we've done 63. Service book as well, we stamped up on that. Yeah, so we've got 3 or 4 services there in this stamp book. Stamps up to 32, which is a bit disappointing. But that only goes up to 2015. But I can see in those invoices there, we've got one for 23. We've got one for 21. Bear in mind, so you've done about 9,000 miles since then, so that'll be right. One for 19. We've got there some more here. We've got one there for 18. Yeah, 18. One there for 17, another service. So it's basically, it's had stamps in the book to 15 and then carried on paper invoices for the rest of the years, and obviously we'll service it when we sell it. So anyway, let's go and take it on a run, and hopefully this time we don't get any breakages. So Peugeot 207s, do I like them? Are they good sellers? Well, they're okay. I wouldn't say they're top of my list to buy, but you do get offered them quite a lot, and they are reasonably okay sellers. I wouldn't say they're brilliant, but you can shift them. It's better to have 5 doors than 3 doors, says the man driving a 3-door one, but doesn't mean you can't get rid of 3 doors, it's just they're just not as practical. But this one, I've made an exception for. If it's a little petrol one, they've got to be sort of right money for me to buy them if it's a 3-door. If it's a little diesel like this one, I will buy them, because there's always that guy or person out there who just wants a little cheap run around and might be looking at a Fiesta or something like that, but will consider a little 3-door Peugeot, particularly if it's got a little diesel engine in, this 1.4 in particular. It's £30 a year road tax. They do about 50-60 miles to the gallon. Quite reliable. In fact, I'd even say they're more reliable than its big brother, the 1.6 diesel engine of this sort of era as well. It's fitted in a lot of Peugeots and Citroens, and obviously Fords as well, and Fiestas, etc. And they're pretty decent. The only real things that sort of go wrong on them, I've seen the odd one with a turbo fault, but it's quite rare compared to the 1.6, which is a bit more common for blowing turbos. Injector seals are very common, so you need to check them out on these. Basically listening for sort of like chuffing injectors, so when you start them up from cold, they'll be sort of making a real horrible noise, and it usually will get quiet as it gets warm, as they expand. But that's usually the sign. Obviously you can take the rock cover off and check. You'll see sort of a leaking diesel everywhere, or sort of like a charcoaly type of texture on top of the injectors. That's when you know where they've got a bad injector seal. As long as you don't leave them too late, you can actually fix them quite cheaply. Not too bad to fix, just need a seal kit and away you go. They do suffer with sort of flat performance, usually down to sort of map sensor faults. They can be quite common, but I mean, but again, cheap to fix. They're not difficult to sort out. You can buy a mass sensor for these for about 40 or 50 quid. You'll know that's the case because they'll run perfectly all right, but just won't boost properly. It's usually down to a mass sensor fault. So it sounds like they're a bit problematic, but in reality, honestly, they're not that bad for a Peugeot engine. And Peugeot, I know they get a lot of slate French cars, but on occasion, Peugeot can make a good diesel engine. And like I said, I do like these 1.4s. I will have a go with it, especially with 63,000 miles on. Most of them are up. All of them are 5-speed gearboxes, which is great because it's 6-speed boxes usually just the headaches. This one's pulling really well, nice, it's changing well, no issues there. Again, if you're test driving one, I have had the odd one on occasion where it's had noisy gearboxes, even in 5 speeds. Usually down to neglect really, but always make sure you're going out test driving, take it down the road, go through your gears. Any whining in the gears or anything like that, I'd keep well away from it, or obviously price reflected. But this one, put your foot down, it's pulling well, nice nippy performance on it. I mean, they're not electric, they're not quick, these. You know, if you want the quicker one, you buy the 1.6, or you can even buy the 2-litre diesel that they did do in the 207, although that's quite rare. But it's just enough, they're just ideal. They've got just enough zip in them to get you around where you want to go. They don't feel too sluggish that you've really got to thrash them. They're good on diesel, and it's just cheap to insure and tax. It's just an ideal little cheap runaround for someone. And this one was 63,000 miles on it with good history. It's got plenty of life left in it. So what is my theory on this one? Well, it's 900 quid, that's what we paid for it. So far we're now, what, about 60 quid now into it with a spring top mount and a drop link we've had to put on it. But having a quick glance underneath already, it's had recent brakes, it's got good history. I don't think there's much else really we're going to need to do to this. I'm going to get it validated now, probably re-service it again on sale. There's no doubt there's something else we'll pick up, but there isn't really much I can see so far. I think we've just been a bit unfortunate with that spring braking when it did. So what are we likely to get for this little Peugeot? Well, I think it's probably worth about $21.95. Now, according to the cap guide, it says it's worth about $24.95. I disagree. I think I've looked on Auto Trade, I've looked on Auto Trader, and really I think $21.95, somewhere around there, is probably a bit more accurate. It's a 3-door, you have to take that into account. It's not a sport model or anything like that. There'll be plenty of people out there who would want this in a 5-door rather than a 3-door, but there will be a man or woman out there who want just a cheap small diesel and who wants something on the low mileage side. So I think $21.95 is a fair price for it. If I'm wrong, we can always reduce it down to $19.95. But I'm willing to try $21.95 first because of that mileage. At the end of the day, even if this had 90,000 miles on it, I'd still think it'd be worth $19.95. So we're 63 on with good history and well looked after. I think it's worth that extra couple of £100. So we'll see. I don't want to be too greedy on it. It is a 3-door, so it will probably stay around a bit too longer than I'd like. So I don't want to be overpricing it too much. So $21.95, I think will be absolutely fine for it. I think we'll sell it reasonably quick, hopefully in January, and then once we get it back and cleaned up. Right, so I'll get this dropped off at the valeters, get it cleaned up, and look to get it on sale in the new year. So guys, please check out my other videos as they land. You can keep up to date with vehicles like this one you've seen by checking out my regular update videos where we walk around our pitch. So if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe because it does help me out immensely. And I'll see you all guys in my next video.